Why? What? How? I don't need to say anymore. You already know we're in sprint planning, and we get ready to look at your personal development product backlog and figure out what is the next thing that we're going to do for the current sprint. You already know that. Are you ready for step number 3 towards mastering Scrum, being distinguished, and becoming legendary? We're at sprint planning number 3, where we're looking at your personal development product backlog and going through all the things that you have identified that you believe will help you obtain your product goal, which is what? To become a great Scrum Master, to become a distinguished Scrum Master, to become a legendary Scrum Master. You are definitely at the right place. From your personal development product backlog, there's yet another prominent item that you believe is the best next step for you. We're talking about the PSM II class, the Advanced Professional Scrum Master 2 class. Let's dive into the why you should take this class. What does it entail? And how can you get started on this exciting journey? Run that play. Greetings, Scrumologists. Did you read your Scrum Guide today? I hope you're saying yes, because how are you going to be a Scrumologist, which means the study of Scrum, if you're not reading your Scrum Guide each and every day? You know that's coming. You already know that is coming. At some point in time, it is coming. If you did not read the Scrum Guide today, I have made it super duper convenient for you, and I have recorded it for you, so just hit play on that very first video. Make sure you read the Scrum Guide or listen to it today, please. Greetings, Scrumologists, and welcome to this Scrumcademy episode on this transformative Professional Scrum Master 2 class. Today, I will guide you through what to expect, why is it worth your time and money, and how to get started on the next step of your journey to becoming a distinguished Scrum Master. So let's jump in and explore the third pathway towards your distinguished Scrum Mastery together. So why should you take this class, the Advanced Professional Scrum Master 2 class? Notice how I said that. Yeah, why should you take this class? You did tell me you want to be a great Scrum Master, right? You did tell me you want to be a distinguished Scrum Master, right? You did tell me you want to be a legendary Scrum Master, right? Do you think you're just going to have a PSM level 1 certification and accomplish those 3 things? That's what I'm hearing. Is that what you're saying? That's what I'm hearing. That you want to be legendary. All right, well, let's get started. First of all, you're going to gain practical experience. In the PSM 1 class, I did introduce you to empiricism. That was our very first exercise after introduction, but you didn't have enough time to really practice with it. So in this class, you're going to actually practice with empiricism. I introduce you to a lot of stances as a Scrum Master. What is a stance? A stance is our teaching hat, our coaching, our mentor hat, our facilitating hat, and many more that we wear as Scrum Masters. I introduced you to a lot of those things, but you didn't really have time enough to be proficient at it. In this class, we're going to go even deeper with the different stances. This is another hands-on class. I will be doing less teaching, more facilitating, more coaching. So make sure you bring your questions, the things that you're dealing with in terms of your environment, starting your journey. That's fine. Learn from the collective intelligence of the class, people sharing their experiences. We're going to go deep into principles in Scrum. One thing I'm thinking about is empiricism. We're going to go deeper into empiricism. Now, that was the hardest concept for me to grasp when I was going down this learning journey. It took me about a year for the light bulb to go off in my head and realize, oh, that's what empiricism is. And that is how we use it in our environment. Oh, but when the light bulb went off, it went off. You're also going to broaden your horizons. In the PSM 1 class, we teach you about the Scrum framework and your role in it. And what is your specific accountability? Now, on this level, we're going to expand that. Remember I said in the PSM 1 class overview video that unfortunately most Scrum Masters have never got beyond their local Scrum team to serve the greater organization? Isn't that our third accountability? We serve the Scrum team, we serve the product owner, and we specifically serve the organization. As I forestated, most Scrum Masters don't get beyond serving their local team to the greater organization. So we're going to talk about that in this class as well. So that is a way that you're going to broaden your horizon. Industry recognition. Of course, the PSM II certification is industry recognized. When you get that badge of honor, you will have done something amazing. And then finally, once you become certified, you're always certified. So those are a few things as to why you're going to take this class, your next step to becoming distinguished. In a nutshell, what can you expect to gain from this course? Well, let me start off with my product goal. It was for you to understand the stances that characterize an effective Scrum Master while diving deep into how we serve the Scrum team. How do we serve? What does that look like? What does that feel like? What does it smell like? And the greater organization. And we're going to get you from just serving your local team and help you serve the entire organization. We're going to give you some practices and skills to enable you to have the right type of conversations and how to apply them to be better at your accountability, at your role as a Scrum Master. That is the overall product goal. The agenda for the class, of course, we're going to start off with our legendary Scrumcademy introduction. Yes, we're going to get to know everybody in the room. And this time, during the introduction, we're going to do something a little bit different. You're actually going to rate your company. How would you rate your company? We're in a psychologically safe environment, so we want you to be honest. Where is your company at? Are they Scrum smart? Are they Scrum dumb? Where are they on this spectrum? You're going to evaluate that, and we're going to use that as a basis for our discussion throughout the class. And that is where you're going to bring your questions and identify, hey, what's on your mind? What kind of things are you facing in your environment? I'm going to customize the class. Sure, I got mandatory content I have to cover, but I'm also going to incorporate your questions and the things that are on your mind wherever I possibly can to make sure it is a customized, legendary experience for each and every one of you. Oh, by the way, don't forget your music. Please bring your playlist because, we're going to be jamming the whole time in between breaks. Every opportunity I can get to play a song during the break, we're going to play it. So bring your We got the funk. Gotta have that funk. Oh, we got the funk. Da, 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 da. Oh, we're gonna have some fun. That is our overall agenda for the class. I want to go over to the course learning objectives real quickly. I'm not sharing my screen, but I will put the link in the description for you. A few things I want to touch on is bullet point number 1. What practices, tools, skills, and stances make an effective Scrum Master? I look forward to giving you all the information on that one. Spoiler alert, ladies and gentlemen. It's not your burn down chart. It's not velocity. It's not Jira. It's none of those things that's going to make you effective as a Scrum Master. Enough said. Third bullet point on reading the course learning objectives for this class, PSM II. how the Scrum Master acts as a servant leader and improves their ability in this role. That's where the movie Nanny McPhee comes in. That's right. I'm going to get to that in a minute, but yeah, your pre-class requirements will be to check out the movie Nanny McPhee Returns. Yeah, the story's not over. Nanny McPhee is about her going on a dysfunctional family, a dysfunctional Scrum team. Now, Nanny McPhee Returns is about her getting beyond serving her Scrum team and now serving the greater organization. Woo! I look forward to bridging the gap for you. Then the other thing I want to highlight here on the course learning objective is removing impediments. Recall, as we read the Scrum Guide says specifically that the Scrum Master is accountable for causing the removal of impediments. So, Scott, we don't remove all impediments on the Scrum team? What? I see you in class. And then the other thing I want to highlight for you is the last bullet point, understanding what middle management goes through from their perspective. I look forward to touching base on that as well. Now let's move to our final section, which is how do you get started? By the way, we're almost done with sprint planning for sprint number 3. Woo! Great job, everyone. Y'all doing an amazing job. I want you to notice something. I just showed you over the last 3 videos how I taught myself Scrum and how I stay on top of my game. Just like I'm teaching you, I created a personal development product backlog in which I use as a guide to help me achieve my product goal, which is what? To become a better person. For those who took my PSM I class, I certainly shared that with you. And even left it in the class resources for you so that you can go back and use that as a template, as a guide. Hey, I use Scrum in my personal life. You're going to use something. Why not use something that you're already practicing every day? Are you ready to embark on step number 3 of your Scrum Master journey? The next best step towards being a distinguished Scrum Master and becoming legendary. If you are ready, first things first, head over to Scrumcademy.com website, or you can go to the official Scrum.org page to find GSM Scott Adams, and then you can register there also. You will find all the registration details there. It is easy, just a few clicks away. Before we begin, there's a little homework for you. You already know. You can start off by reading the Scrum Guide each and every day. Reading the Scrum Guide each and every day. Reading the Scrum Guide each and every day. Because that's going to build your foundation. And for some more enjoyable preparation, I want you to watch Nanny McPhee Returns. Because that will be part of my pre-class instructions for you. Please watch Nanny McPhee Returns, or at least read about it so that you have an idea of what's going on in the movie. I will talk about that throughout the course as well, highlighting different things, different topics I know is going to come up that you experience in your workplace. So I can take you back to Nanny McPhee. I will give you my own personal experience, but I can also talk about Nanny McPhee so that once the class is over, when you begin to forget some of the things I tell you, you can't remember everything because it's not recorded. You can go back and look at that movie, and something I said in that class is going to make you remember. When you see a scene in Nanny McPhee, that's what he said, dude. Exactly. Putting in your long-term memory so that you won't ever forget this stuff. Or you may forget it at that moment, but I'm giving you a trigger to bring it back and help you to relive the experience that you witnessed in class. Very nice. As far as any other prerequisites are concerned, the class description said it'd be nice if you have 1 year experience, but I also mentioned about the experiment I ran, creating a Scrum boot camp where I take somebody from PSM I to the facilitation class to this class we're talking about now, PSM II. I do that in 30 days for a person that didn't know much about Scrum. Let's say 2 or 3 weeks before we had that conversation. That's the data. I talked about that in another video. That is the Distinguished Scrum Master video. Talked about that in grave detail there. So if you want to check that video out, please do. Other than that, it's not really much you need to do. I will send out a pre-class instructions like I always do for my classes. I'll give you everything you need to do. Typically, I do that a week before the class actually starts. However, if you just register that same day, I'll still will get you the information, but you may not have a chance to look at it all. It's perfectly okay. Again, the way I run the classes is that everybody's going to be up to speed Everybody's going to know what's going on all the time. So as I run my class, it's going to be ran like a convoy. I'm also going to make sure that when we get to the closing, that everybody has the same understanding, the same knowledge. Again, during the class, some of you may be here, some of you may be there, but at the end, we're all going to land at the same destination. You'll need an open mind, a willingness to learn, and a commitment to participation throughout the course. That's it. Register now, and I will see you in the next class. Well, Scott, once I take your PSM I class, once I take the facilitation class, once I take the PSM II class, will I be a Distinguished Scrum Master? As far as HR concerned, yes. But as far as your knowledge as a Scrum Master and how to build amazing, legendary team in terms of that spectrum, yeah, you'll be distinguished in terms of you putting yourself in a different pool from 600,000 plus people to the data I showed in the Distinguished Scrum Master. However, my short answer is going to be this. Hell no. And let me explain. And the best way I can explain that is this. The hardest thing I've ever done in my life is to become a professional Scrum trainer. That's the hardest thing I've ever done in my life in terms of knowledge seeking. Okay? Now, I remember that December when I officially became a professional Scrum trainer. And you know what? I thought that when I was going through the process, I thought that when I hit that pinnacle, which is the top of my game, the top of the top, thought that I would feel differently. But you know what I realized? I'm still just starting my journey. I still got an awful lot to learn. I'll do another video on that someday. Thank you for the inspiration. I put that in the video product backlog and really deep dive into that. Yeah. So to answer your question, hell no. It's an awful lot more you got to learn. What helps you guide your learning is what you're dealing with in your current situation. What does your Scrum team need? As you're observing what your Scrum team needs, you're looking at your self-assessment. Okay, what do I have? What do I need to get? And then go get it so that you can feel that need for your team. That's what helps. Go to the next level. Hopefully that helps you. But beautiful question, by the way. Thank you so much for asking that question. I was reading your mind. I felt you. Thank you for asking that question. I hear you. I feel you. Yes. And before we wrap up, remember to embody the Agile mindset. Practice diligently and strive to become legendary. In short, be Agile, do Scrum, and be legendary. To all of you, I'll catch you in the next video. Have a super duper amazing legendary day.